Hello everybody, Rich Mixed here, and welcome to another episode of Nerd Talk. So real quick before I get in, I'm going to say a couple of things real quick before I get into the episode. So, for some reason, it seems as though the Monday show, the return of it at least on Monday, apparently this was still marked as private. So by the time this video comes out, hopefully that is fixed. Keyword hopefully. If I remember to switch that to listed and stuff like and public, so you guys can actually view it. So yeah, and also this episode of Nerd Talk is about Rick and Morty, and a character I believe is going to be making a big return in season 3. And so just warning you now, if you haven't watched Rick and Morty, which in my opinion is one of the smartest shows on the air right now, I suggest you go check it out, get caught up. Season 3 is on the horizon, and it's an amazing show. It's funny, it's clever, and it's just really great, and has some great, memorable characters that you can't just help but love. Anyways though, so let's get into the video, and of course spoilers, because there's gonna be spoilers in this. But anyways, so a character I believe is gonna be making a big return as probably the main antagonist of season 3 is a character that was introduced in season 1, episode 10, I believe, Close Encounters of the Rick Kind. That's right, Evil Morty, I believe, is going to be returning. When he comes back, it's going to be insane. Because this is a character that everyone's been excited to see again, especially myself. I love the concept of an evil Morty. And it's believed that this is actually Rick's original Morty, and there's evidence to suggest that in fact Rick has hopped dimensions and reset dimensions like he did, like him and Morty did in Rick Potion number 9. And so because of that, there's evidence, because of that, like, Rick doesn't know what dimension he's actually in, because he knows that he is from Rick Dimension C-137, but he doesn't know what Jerry is when Rick and Morty drop, when they drop Jerry off at the basically daycare for Jerry's or whatever. Anyways though, and that's not the only thing. Like, I feel that we're gonna get some big reveals and big moments for Morty's character and Morty's character development. And some reason to believe that is I believe that Morty is actually smarter than we think he is. Okay? And here's my reasoning behind this, and it's a theory that I heard. I can't quite remember who by, but I'll link the video down below in the description. So if you like Rick and Morty and you're interested to hear this theory about how Morty's intelligent for whatever, how he could potentially be intelligent, I would go check that out. It's a very great video, very great theory that I believe could easily be fact. Anyways though, let's get on. Let me just quickly let you know, go watch the video for yourself and then come back here, and then yeah, anyways though, guys, I'm still gonna be here, so yeah, just go check out the video real quick, and then yeah, but you don't really need to understand that, I guess, to understand this theory. But that aside and everything, it's believed that the evil Morty was Rick's original Morty, because Rick has obviously dimension to reset his life several times, and if going back to close Rick encounters of the Rick kind, when he's basically having his memories being downloaded and stuff like that, there's a memory of a baby Morty, which isn't possible because, from what we know, Rick was not around when Morty was born, and had been gone for 20 years, according to Beth and everyone else. So, this is obviously from a different timeline that Rick is from, and I'm willing to bet it's his original timeline, his original dimension, and that was his original Morty with his original everyone. And something that's really cool about this whole thing is to think how this all works together. So, that Morty obviously is intelligent, and Rick, I'm guessing, didn't keep that a secret. Now, if you went and watched the video, you would know that intelligence can, like, people who are intelligent can often be mistaken for being autistic and having things like, oh, they suffer from ADHD and other things like that could just be slapped on and say, yep, that's what you have. But in all reality, that's not the case at all. Okay? And it's really cool to think about this whole thing, right? But here we are coming on to the potential return of Evil Morty. And we know that Evil Morty's intelligent and everything. And there's reason to believe that our Morty is also smart. But this time around, Rick is keeping it a secret. And I believe that because Morty is quite intelligent, there are several instances throughout the show where Morty is shown to make better and smarter decisions than Rick, who's said to be even smarter than Morty. So, what does that lead us to believe? It leads us to believe that maybe Morty is smarter than we're led to believe. And the reason Rick tries to dumb down this whole idea of Morty being smart is because of Evil Morty. Now, normally Rick doesn't go with things that the Council of Rick says, but I think there's one rule overall that's to be kept, and that is you keep your Morty in the dark about their intelligence, as Mortys in general are really smart and are geniuses. But the reason you want to try and keep that quiet is because of what Rick C-137, what happened between Evil Morty and Rick C-137 in his original timeline. In other words, what I'm saying is, if you give a Morty who's already shown in episodes like Who's Ready to Purge or whatever, I can't remember the exact name of the episode, but whatever, and there's definitely signs that Morty has the ability to kill without any remorse. He has that attribute. Combine that with anger that he probably has stored up and intelligence, that's a terrible combination. And I'm pretty sure that's something that all the Mortys from across the timelines have stored up to some degree. But because the Council saw what happens when a Morty is exposed to his intelligence and realizes what he can do and all that stuff, they realized, and so did Rick C-137, that maybe it's not a good thing to let your Morty know. Maybe it's a bad thing to let your Morty know about his great intelligence. And so, because of that, when Evil Morty returns in Season 3, if he does, of course, going to try and expose the truth to Morty. That's right. That's going to be a huge twist. Our Morty seemingly turning to the other side, which is going to be a big thing, a big deal. Now, with all of the things that are happening, of course, we're still going to be seeing Phoenix Person and Tammy come in to play a major role in Season 3. And I have a couple theories about how that will work out and everything. As for, like, having, like, say, the evil Morty and Phoenix Person and Tammy working together. Maybe perhaps Rick manages to get Phoenix Person back on their side, and with Tammy at all wits, angry, frustrated, not knowing what to do, evil Morty shows up and allies himself with her. And the last remnants of the galactic government, whatever, are now after Rick and Morty, and they're now being led by the evil Morty. And this is going to be into the second half of Season 3, and that would be really cool. So the first half of the season, I believe, is that we're going to be seeing the return of we're going to be seeing a lot of conflict between Rick and Morty and Tammy and Phoenix Person, and then halfway through the season there's going to be some big moment that ruins all of Tammy's plans. She's at wit's end, about to give up, when evil Morty comes in to save the day, to execute his plan to expose our Morty to his true intelligence and true potential, and as well as trying to unleash Morty's inner demons and cause him to wreak havoc on Rick and on everyone else. And he's going to get his ultimate revenge on Rick for abandoning him, because that's how he feels. And he obviously there was something really bad that happened between the two of them. Maybe it was a disagreement, maybe Morty took it too far. Now whatever that could mean, who knows? That's something though to be discussed in a later video, but I am unfortunately out of time, and I could talk about Rick and Morty forever. I love this show, and once again, if you have not seen it, check it out, okay? It's an amazing show, and I love it. It's funny, intelligent, it's witty, it's clever, it's everything. And the show creators, Dan Harmon and everyone, have all done really great jobs. They've done really good jobs with the show. And anyways though, that's all I have to say for this video. And of course, as always, if you like what you see and you want to see more, subscribe, like, comment, turn on notifications. You get the drill, you know it by heart, okay? Anyways though, I'll see you all later in the next video, and of course as always,